Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast between MYMDemuslim and MtwNightEnd here on Metalopolis. NightEnd spawning as the red Protoss player over here at the 2-3 o'clock position. Meanwhile, we have Demuslim spawning over here at the 6.5 position over at here on Metalopolis. This is going to be a Terran versus Protoss matchup, and now we already have Demuslim moving out with an SCV, perhaps to do some sort of early scout. This is rather unusual, and taking back over here, not building anything else. So maybe trying to build some sort of proxy barracks in the middle of the map. Yeah, building a proxy barracks in the middle of the map for fast harassment. NightEnd moving out with a probe as well. So that looked to be some sort of 8 racks build. Yeah, this is going to be a very fast rush to Reapers. Demuslim now getting a SCV down on this refinery and going to be building on this Vespian geyser in order to get that refinery. Probe now going to be wandering around the inside of the base, has not scouted that north position yet. So NightEnd should be trying to look for that barracks, and NightEnd still hasn't seen it. Now transferring over some SCVs to gas. Yes, 3 SCVs on gas, so this is in fact a very heavy Reaper rush, waiting to get that final 28 gas, and then going to start building that tech lab. Demuslim missing up just a little bit, and now we have an SCV moving on out. So SCV moving out, we're going to have this gateway up, getting this assimilator, and a cybernetics core should be dropped down in just a moment in order to get the in order to be able to start building stalkers. Probe comes in to try to capture or pin down that SCV. SCV, however, to pull away. NightEnd still frantically looking for that Reaper, for that barracks. Reaper now being trained up, and now comes this probe. Probe gonna go ahead and spot this barracks, and then gonna be able to see what's happening. Cybernetics core now coming into position as a zealot already being trained in. SCV trying to take down this pylon. However, second pylon now being warped in. That SCV has to realize that his whole entire efforts are going to be fruitless at this stage. Zealot now coming out, so going to be doing a little bit of an engagement, and now out comes this Reaper. Is this SCV going to perhaps try to drop down some sort of bunker is another question. Reaper now coming in, trying to do a little bit of microing on that Zealot. Perhaps we'll be able to jump back down and then jump back up. Oh, needs to jump back down once again, and now able to fire up from that low ground just because of that SCV. So nicely done, able to capture or take down one of those units. Demuslim with a very impressive Reaper micro and a scouting SCV, able to take down one of those, or one Zealot, and now going to continue to fire. 2 probes now, or 2 Reapers now in the base, going after an additional SCV. The Stalker now nearing completion, however, and this is looking very bad for NightEnd. NightEnd taking a lot of damage. Reapers doing a very good micro, trying to focus down these units, and now those Reapers still pulling away. Down goes that final Reaper. Yeah, 2 Reapers already getting taken down, and Demuslim is smartly switching his tech already to Marauders, now getting that concussive shell for his Marauders. In the base of Demuslim sitting on 11 Harvesters versus NightEnd 7. So economically speaking, NightEnd is very far behind. NightEnd now getting that second Stalker. However, as Demuslim is now training up Marauders with those concussive shells, things are going to be changing very drastically. Back over here, Demuslim could start training some Marines as well, perhaps drop down a reactor core. Or no, now going for another tech lab, so he's going to be going for dual racks with mass Marauders at this point in the game. 2 Stalkers trying to move on out, trying to make sure that no Reapers are going to be jumping up. He really has to be careful about this back location. Reapers are able to easily come into here and jump into here, start shooting down some of those units. Stalkers, however, well positioned throughout the map as NightEnd continuing to macro up more units. NightEnd really needs to start training some Zealots. Those Zealots are going to actually have a hard time. And now we have SCVs moving in. So this is going to be an SCV rush with these Marauders. And this is going to be a very significant size army. A single Stalker out at the wrong time, and that's going to really hurt the army size. Now we have 2 Stalkers in the base. NightEnd moving in with these SCVs, and things are not going to be looking good at all. Those Marauders coming in, going to start shooting down that pylon. Quickly get taken down. Stalker coming in from the backside. Down it goes. SCV getting that final kill. Hero SCV. Now we have some SCVs trying to take down the rest of these Stalkers, and NightEnd says GG. Let's stay tuned for Game 2 in this matchup between MyMDemuslim and MtwNightEnd.